What would you do for Children's Week?
I know. I was trying to figure that out as
I'm
well.
just gonna
I was
hide
thinking. No, I was thinking
children
that
in
you
a
could
pen.
just have a balloon there or something. Because isn't there a quest with balloons or something at some point?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
you're
also
thinking
the
of-
pets,
Or a kite or
Yes.
something or other.
Yeah,
and
just something
there's
like
the
that.
bunting.
Something fun.
I just know that the bunting is really cute because it looks like really shittily ditched together.
Oh.
I'm not taping Orphan's back wall.
Oh my God, Fleecy! And Fleecy's
Um,
on the show next week.
horrible
Next week as well. Did Spaz tell you that too?
Yes. Serious knows.
I know.
Cinder, I think you're thinking of the quest in Stormwind to get the little girl's balloon back, which gives you the Alliance balloon.
Yeah, but I think there's
There's a Horde
different
one
as
too.
well. Yeah.
And the Horde version as well.
Yeah, but I thought there was something for Children's Week as well, with one of the little orphans that you get.
I think it's just a kite.
Okay. I don't remember, it was so long ago.
Check.
Beep boop.
Wonder.
Guess what time it is, Spaz?
What? What time?
It is time for me to sit here and play Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Did I do the sound? Did I?
What sound?
My most favorite sound on the earth.
If you want.
Was that it?
That is me logging into Switch.
Alright then.
Every button on the Switch makes a different noise.
Yeah.
And you have to press the same one 3 times to unlock the screen.
And the one that I like just happens to sound like a clown horn.
Okay.
Oh.
Shall we start the episode?
I'll run away!
Are you ready, Simri? You all good?
Sure.
I'm
I
like,
can't, see
convincing.
I can't see the little chat in Twitch. I hardly watch Twitch. How do I get the little chat thing to come up?
Top
in
right
that
hand
chat
corner,
room.
is there a little arrow? Like pointing sideways?
Oh,
Not that I can see.
It
Oh,
should be
yeah, I
next to
see
the
it.
love heart. Yeah.
I see
Yeah,
it now.
like yeah, it pulls it out from the side.
Just quickly before. Yeah.
What's this?
Okay. Just checking.
It hasn't arrived.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just asking.
The surprise I had for this week has not finished yet.
You've still got 2 other surprises from me.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
Oh,
yes.
did you send me through the picture that you did for Anne? Because I want to show the stream.
No, but I can do that right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you both see the wonderful artwork that Sirius
Yes, I
did?
retweeted the crap out of it.
Is that the one from yesterday?
No, that was Kira Lynn.
That's so
Ah.
cute.
That was the first badge of the year.
We actually had a good giggle, Carolyn and I. I'm like, you know that our two names are just like 2 letters off, right? And she goes,
I know, I got
no.
so confused for a second.
Yeah. It was good.
Open.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay.
That technically means 3 things.
Alright, I'll show it on stream before we start. So everyone can see. Oop. There we go.
There we go. So yeah, that technically makes 3. Woo!
Yes. Big G and I were tweeting back and forth just before.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, the artwork's really cool. Like the books and the scrolls and everything.
I just love how excited Anne got. She's like, I keep finding little things and I love it.
I love that. I like finding little bits and pieces and something
She's
that
like,
you've looked
oh
at
my
for
God,
ages.
she's writing about engineering and tailoring.
I have to admit that I actually zoomed in to see if it said things, and I'm like, it's so
Yeah.
cool that it does.
Nope, it actually
Yeah.
says I did research on engineering and tailoring
Now-
just so I could get something cool in there.
Is Anne's character right-handed? Did you ask her?
Shut up, Spaz.
No,
That's
because
very
I'm like I just popped into mind. I'm like, I wonder if
I'm not sure. I just
Okay.
went whatever
assume.
hand
Yeah.
it was holding the weapon in. So
Okay. Alright, so I'll
Righty.
make that disappear and then we'll go live.
have a good show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I get a countdown? Sender, please.
With a ukulele?
What?
Okay. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 61 of the Reins of Azeroth. I'm your host, Spaz Weston, and I'm joined tonight, as always, by my co-host, Cinder. How are you, Cinder?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This week, we are excited to have a returning guest. I believe, not counting Sirius, our first guest to come on multiple times. Is that correct?
Oh, well, technically, Leisha was on 2 times because of the Roundtable Extravaganza.
Yes, that's true. So, regardless, we have the lovely Simri joining us.
Hello.
Hi, Simri!
Hi.
Now, tonight we'll be talking about the pet battle dungeons, mainly. So, we won't be doing, because Simri has been on before, we won't be doing the interview questions again. But Simri, can you please just introduce yourself just quickly for the people who may not have heard the previous episode you were on?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a blogger, YouTuber. I have quite an eclectic set of interests in game. So it's mainly to do with pet battling, which I guess you can see is why I'm on the show tonight. I also enjoy collecting toys and things. Some mounts when I can, and I used to love doing achievements, but that has kind of gone onto the back burner now because of all the, the raid ones, the harder ones that I can't really get anymore. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, archaeology too. I love doing all the, the treasure hunting, relic hunting, that kind of stuff as well.
All the good things.
Yeah.
So, are you like, okay, it's a complete segue because that's what I do. Is Noble Garden your favorite holiday?
I don't know if it's my favorite. I find it quite tedious having to collect so many chocolates just to buy a toy or a
But
pet
it's the
or
same as
something.
archaeology.
Well,
gotta
yeah,
find
well, that's the
things
thing.
and-
I don't really like the digging part. I just
Oh,
like
okay.
collecting the treasures.
See, I love Noble Garden because I go to Dunmore and I just know the area so well, so I can do that and have like TV and stuff going on the side. But I'll get like a stash of eggs, and then I have this series of just sitting there going, "Oh, what surprise am I going to get in this little egg?" It's like hundreds and hundreds of little surprises just waiting there for me. Yeah, I don't know. It just really ticks that box of instant
That's true.
reward.
I did manage to get another mount, so that was kind of cool.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can sell that off in the auction house, but I don't think I might wait a bit, until
Yeah.
after it's way past Easter.
Same. I got one as well, and I'm like, cool. You can go in my guild bank tab of, long-term investments. Well,
Yeah.
kind of short-term, I suppose. But yeah, I'm like 6 months from now. That's when I'm going to put that up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Spaz.
No, that's fine. I was going to ask, have you gotten anything interesting recently? Mount, toy, pet, achievement-wise.
Let's see. Well, I recently completed the raid, so I was able to get that Mana Saber mount. So that was kind of cool.
Congrats.
Even though I see a lot of people on it and everyone's like flying now, I keep forgetting actually. I just managed to get that achievement as well, to get the flying in Legion.
Nice.
So I keep forgetting that I have it. So I end up mounting everywhere, ground mounting. I've been using the bug mount recently. I was using the other Mana Saber one, the one from the store, but when I killed what's his name? Goldan, I was using that one for the new one for a little while. But I've gone back to the Fey Dragon now because it's just such a pretty mount.
I do love that one.
It is, yeah. Pretty big though.
Yes, but pretty. So it can't, I don't know. I love all my dragons, even though they are
All the
big. I'm like,
variations
they're
and
just
colour.
they're just gorgeous. I love them. What about pets and toys and things? How have you been going with those?
Well, most recently it would have been the rabbit from Noble Garden. So that's pretty much all I did for this Easter. There's not much going on in terms of those world events, which is kind of sad, but at least we had something. And the toy-wise, there was something. What was it? I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, the Valentine's thing, the love boat. Oh, and the achievement to do with the love prism. I didn't realize until recently that you could just do it with 2 people now. So you just spam each other.
Oh, I didn't know that
with...
either.
Yeah.
I wish I had
So
known
Coolidge
that.
and I just
damn.
sit it to each other for the whole, whatever it was, 50 rounds. So now we have the
Nice,
toy,
okay.
the permanent toy.
Congrats.
Oh, that's awesome. Didn't know they changed that.
No,
Yeah.
neither did I.
I didn't either, because I thought, oh, I'm never going to get it.
That's exactly what I thought. When I saw it come up, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. No one cares about that anymore. How am I going to get that many people to help me?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good to know. I'll make Thor help me. Poor thing.
Yeah. Cinder, what about yourself?
I don't remember. I don't think I got any new mounts this week that I can recall. For toys, I have been running around on my mage a little bit, and a part of the next, like the 7.2 campaign, you get a toy. You know the like magical goblin dude in Dalaran that doesn't shut up until you tell him to shut up, and then he kind of has a go at you. He shows up in the Mage Order Hall and has a little quest chain that I'm not going to talk about because it's actually so cool. And at the end of it, you get a toy, a hat, which is really cool.
Okay, now I'll have to do that now.
Yeah, you should. It's really short and not at all difficult and a lot of fun. And what you get, like the toy that you get at the end, is really, really cool. So I do highly recommend that. I imagine that you probably have to be 110 to do it. But yeah, otherwise everyone should go do that because it's a cool toy.
What was his name, Cinder?
Don't make me say it. As Akazamzarax. It's like, it's just too hard. He's a goblin and he's magical, and you mean me and my inability
I'll have
to
to
say
keep a
words.
lookout for him.
Yeah, he's right near the command
The table.
the
Oh, okay.
table thing. Yeah, Yep, he's right in front of
he's by the statue in
Dalaran. Yep.
That's I believe to the eastern side of Dalaran.
It's near the Alliance Bank. Like out the front of the
Yeah.
Alliance Bank.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But you need to pick up the quest from the Mage Order Hall. He won't have it in Dalaran. Pets wise, I've got the Noble Garden Bunny as well. And I went and did the Pet Battle Dungeon this afternoon in preparation for the show this evening. So got Son of Scum, but none of the others because that was mean.
I just think his name is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I laughed the
It
first
is.
time I saw that.
Yeah.
The scum.
Yeah. Spelt poorly, but awesome. And just with Noble Garden, I went and made sure that I got all of the Noble Garden transmog pieces in preparation for the transmog changes coming in 7.2.5. And then for achievements, I have got the Best of the Beasts part for Family Familiar and Master of Magic. So I think I've only got 3 left to get. So I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for that one. Our guild got down Mythic Botanist on the weekend. Last week rather. And obviously the achievement for doing the Pet Battle Dungeon, which is cool.
That's excellent.
Yeah. How about you, Spaz? What you been up to?
So obviously, completed Legion Fall Commander.
Nice.
And got flying.
Nice.
I got myself the reputable achievement for High Mountain. And
what did you
guess
get?
what was in the bag?
Order resources.
500 gold and nothing else.
Oh, that sucks. I'm in the same boat, man. Like, I've gotten one for at least once for every single one of the reputations so far. Nothing in any of them. I'm just like, nah, game hates me.
Yeah, the other thing is I'm really close to getting a Warden's bag, and I'm just like, I don't care about
Yeah, you
that
do.
one.
That toy's awesome. I want that toy so bad.
Oh, yes, that's right. The toy's in that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Hang
Sorry,
on,
I
which
got
toy?
confused.
It's a toy
Makes
that
you look like a
turns
warden.
Makes you look like a warden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
Yeah.
I've
So I
been
need
really
to do more
slack.
Kirin Tor stuff.
I haven't collected any of this yet, but I'm getting fairly close to some, I think.
Yeah, look, I actually really love the system because it does actually encourage me to go out more and do more world quests, even though I might not have necessarily forced myself. Now that it's like artifact power and putting towards a satchel that'll have a mount, it's really cool.
Well, speaking of that, I actually finished off the 7.2 upgrade to my artifact weapon.
Nice.
That small
Excellent.
circle, I filled all of those in. Every time I use like the basic Cobra shot, there's a chance that it'll spawn snakes to attack the
Ew.
enemy, which is funny.
Ew.
Better than spiders.
I don't
Well,
know.
it's called
much for muchness.
The ability is called Cobra Commander. G.I. Joe reference. But regardless, I'm glad that I did that, so I'm with artifact power, but I'm like running out of order hall resources just passively from doing missions, so I'm forcing myself to go and do world quests to get order hall resources so that I don't run out.
That's why I was on my mage, because she had exactly the same problem where she was running out of resources, and the weekly event was the extra world quest stuff, and if you do like the quest for doing 20 was to give you 5,000 resources, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I have to do that. And so yeah, it was good.
And actually, as well, I actually managed to finish off the Emerald Nightmare section of Balance of Power.
Oh, nice. It's great.
And slug my way through all the rest of the Mythic Dungeons.
Nice.
Nearly there. I have officially finished the Halls of Valor.
Nice.
Because I went in there, I put the feast down, and I got Odin's blessing, so I don't have to go back in there again.
Yep.
Except I do, because I want to tame Fenrir as a hunter.
Yeah.
And I have to do that solo, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Why do you have to do it solo?
Because you have to beat him solo to be able to tame him.
Oh.
You have to get to him solo.
Oh, that's mean.
On Mythic difficulty, apparently it's doable at around 900.
Can you not just do it on normal, though?
No. It's Mythic only, and You
Wow.
only have to get to
That's
Fenrir.
interesting.
You don't have to do you have to beat Heimdall, which is
Yeah,
apparently
that's
the
true. It is
hardest
only one
part,
boss. Yeah.
and then you have to go and take on Fenrir. But apparently
Okay.
it's fairly easy if you know what you're doing. And I've looked into
Okay.
it, and it's not too difficult, I don't think. So yeah, I went through, did all that. Went into Nighthold and got 6 of the 20
Cool.
night shards. Got the item off Treliax. Oh jeez. Trying to think, I'm trying to think what are the bosses in the Nighthold, because there was one boss that I was
Triliax is the cake.
Yes. I was in there with a group on normal, and we actually took down one of the bosses without, and I was just like, oh, I didn't even realize that was one of the bosses. I think it was Spellblade Illyrial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so was it Spellblade?
She's the one that kind of paths around that big main fountain in the center.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
we sort of just charged in there and just piled onto her. And I was just like, these ads are taking bloody forever. What the hell? And it's just like, Spellblade Illyrial defeated. I'm like, oh, it was a boss.
Awkward.
I didn't even realize.
Actually, it's funny that you say that. I do want to say to anybody who may have happened to stumble across our guild's LFR run on Friday night, apologies for anybody that got lumped into that. That would have been a spectacular experience for people probably going, what the hell are these guys doing? Why did they pull all of the trash and the boss in Tichondrius? That's just stupid. And
Our
was
raid
stupid.
fell apart in Tichondrius.
Oh no.
Yes, because
I'm
it
sorry.
turns out that there was several people in the raid who were actually below 840 item level.
Ooh.
Oh. How'd they
Mhm.
did they just deliberately take stuff off to be jerks or something, or?
No, they just didn't have the gear and just kind of were part of the initial group that was doing other things, apparently, that then turned into the raid group. And
then,
apparently there was a couple people who had high enough DPS to just be able to pull through. I
yeah,
don't know.
but surely, like, that's got to be a bug, because if
whatever
they
the
shouldn't have
minimum
been, they shouldn't have
is.
been able to queue.
Yeah, well, no, they didn't. It was normal.
Oh, right. I apologize. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was going through on normal. So yeah, whatever the very lowest item level is to be able to walk into that instance is pretty much what they were on. And like a lot of people were really confused. And so, one person leaves, and then the whole just fell apart. But it's fine.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm happy that I got 6 of the
that is
20. But I do definitely, I need to get in there and actually take down Elisande specifically to get the item off her. So I don't mind farming the rest of the bosses as long as I can actually take down Elisande at some point to get the item. And then I'll have to take down Gul'dan on at least normal to get that item as well. So hopefully
For some reason,
that
I
works out.
thought that all of that could have been done on LFR.
Not at all. That was the
I
controversy
knew
with Balance of Power.
I knew the early stuff couldn't. I just wasn't sure about the end of it. But
All of it. No, it's all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've gone through and I've done all that. I got the item off, I think it's Chronomatic Anomaly, that gives you a quest in Dalaran about some
Oh,
kind of
nice.
cube.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the drop rate is on that thing, but that
I've
quest popped
heard
up.
it's really, really low.
well,
Yeah.
That popped up for me, so.
Congrats. Yeah, I have to. Now that you've said that, like, I got one on the first week, and then I saw someone in our guild get it the second week, and then I haven't seen it since.
Oh, that's odd.
Well, yeah, especially given how many times we run that darn place each week. Wow.
Yeah.
I was really lucky then, because I've only killed him twice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And it popped up the
congratulations
first
as well.
time,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So, that's pretty much it, I guess. unless I can think of anything else, which I don't think I can. So we'll move on to the news. Now, obviously, this week's bonus event is Wrath of the Lich King Time Walking, which is fun. Those dungeons are always good.
Yeah.
Then
Not for me as a healer. I don't like them. They're not
fair
my
enough.
favorite.
April the 28th is Volunteer Guard Day. / salute a guard in your capital city. I'm a guard for the day. And that'll be...
That seems new.
Yeah,
it's
it's
one of the
new
micro
holidays.
Ah.
And then obviously we have Children's Week coming. So, and Children's Week starts... Oh, what date does Children's Week start? I don't remember off the top of my head.
4 a.m. Tuesday next week.
Tuesday next week. Okay.
Yeah.
It's always ridiculous hour for us.
It really
Yeah.
is.
And
What's
then
that? Is that the 1st? Is that May 1st or 2nd? Something like that.
the second. And then we have a developer Q&A with Ian happening on Thursday, which is Friday for us. And I came across a question that was asked by someone in the community. And they said, I was wondering what the WoW team's thought process behind only doing the 5-level cap in Cataclysm and Mists was. And the developers, I don't remember who it was, but they put together a very good, solid answer in regards to this. And mainly it just boiled down to they felt like they wanted to give everyone a new ability or a talent at every level, and they were really worried about ability bloat and talent tree, like having to scroll through a talent tree kind of thing. And yeah, it's just, I found it really interesting, so it's definitely worth. I think I'll find an actual link to the answer to save some time.
I kind of miss
in that
the old
regards.
talent trees. The old vanilla ones.
Yeah, I played with them only a little bit in Kata.
Same.
And
I don't know. I kind of feel like the artifact is a little closer towards that because you can go down whichever path you want, but then I suppose you are aiming to get all of them anyway, so it's different in that way.
That's true. But it seems like what was it called? The Path of the Titans? That then became, I think that was back in Lich King that they were speaking about that. This thing called the Path of the Titans, which was a different way to upgrade your character after max level. But they never got it working, and so I can only assume that that's what artifact weapons were in this expansion. You know, and worked on them for that much longer to get that all ready to go. So we'll move on to the main topic. Pet changes in 7.2 and the pet battle dungeon. Now, before we go into the new stuff, the dungeon itself, I've heard about the second dungeon location on the PTR. Is that confirmed? Do you by chance know, Simri, or is that just
No, I
speculation at the
only
moment?
actually heard about it from Coolidge. I haven't been too up to date on the new stuff happening, but I knew that there were new ones coming. I just didn't know where they were. But yeah, he did name, I think there were 2 names, weren't there? 2 dungeons coming out, or they were talking about.
I thought there were 2.
But I only remember one of them.
only
I
heard
can't
about...
remember who the other. Oh, actually no. Yeah, I remember one of them.
Okay. Well, because I heard it on Battle Pets. They were talking about a new battle dungeon on the PTR, but I wasn't sure if anything was confirmed about it because it was still just on the PTR. So, but regardless, the new stuff in 7.2 have the ultimate battle training stone is now available, which will instantly level pets to 25, and you can purchase these for 45 pet charms in Dalaran. There are 3 new Pet Battle World quests available on the Broken Shore, the Illidari Masters Nameless Mystic, Madame Vicoisa, and Sissix. Now, we did speak previously about the new pets for classes, and the rogues received Crackers, which is, I believe, a parrot, as part of their 7.2 campaign. And when summoned, if you do a /whistle to him, he will sit on your shoulder, which I think is great. After they did the /sit, the cats, I'm hoping that there's a chance they could do the /whistle with the hunter pets, so that we can have like the big axe beak sitting on our shoulders or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But we'll see.
Unfortunately for gnomes, they'd probably die.
They'd get squished.
Yeah, they get a little squished.
Yes. Now, Simri, what is scraps? Because I've not heard about this little
Scraps is, well, the model is based on those, you know, like the demon hunter dogs, the skeletal dogs. He looks like one of those. And yeah, so you have a chance to get him. You know the quest to get the treasure from inside the cave? You have to take the rope down into the hidden cave. It's the
After
quest that
doing all those random
so
treasure missions.
Yeah,
over
so
the
there's a
weeks.
chance to get it from one of those caches. Kind of like the Timeless Isle one with the bonkers, the monkey.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
so I
remember
haven't
that
been
one.
lucky with it all. I'm still on the quest actually to get the actual treasure because I haven't been buying them with my shards. I only do whenever the quest is up just to spend the 100 nether shards. I can't afford to spend 2,000 for each key. I did it once and then that was it.
Yeah. But eventually there'll be more of them floating around. So, are they
Actually-
tradable auction house or no?
The pet, I'm
Caged
not
Yeah.
sure actually. I imagine it would be.
It is, because that's how I got mine. My guildmaster gave me one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was really lucky. And Thor actually got the toy from those caches today as well, which is awesome. It's one of the little sweepers from the Trilliax fight in Nighthold. And if you have, I don't know if it's limited to cats, but he had Mischief out, and Mischief jumped on it, and then it just he rides around on the sweeper.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
that sounds really.
it's actually awesome. I just giggled like a maniac. I want one so bad.
That's awesome.
And as a
And-
side note, it's Dead Mines.
The new one is Dead
For
Mines.
Well, that's what's been data mined, is in Dead Mines.
Yes. I really
Okay.
want to. I would love to see if they have one of my. Well, he was my favorite boss back then. If he became a pet trainer in there, that would be awesome. Smite is my all-time favorite.
I don't know.
Dead Mines
like
was
the-
the one with the pirate ship in the cave,
Yeah,
in the cove,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
But
to
they've
investigate.
changed it. Well, it was different. They when they did the revamp, quite a few of the bosses were changed.
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm sure I've done it at
So
some
like
point in
the
time,
last
but
boss, you fight the daughter Vanessa. In the old one, you actually fought her father.
Yes.
And
And
there- yeah, a
you
few other
fight the
changes.
chef, who's
oh,
but-
that one
With Cookie,
Yep,
the
Yes,
milk.
Cookie.
I
that was
remember
the
now.
one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And now, for those of you
Oh, that's gonna be
who are
awesome fun.
who are doing the Power Ascending achievement, you will also, as a Death Knight, depending on which spec you've leveled, will either get the Blood Brood, the Frost Brood, or the Vile Brood Whelpling, being for Blood, Frost, or Unholy spec. Which
That's a
obviously
lot of
means
work.
that
Death Knight.
completionists will
Mhm.
want all three of them, so that's going to be a lot of work on a Death Knight. But I suppose once you've got, Artifact Knowledge level 50, it shouldn't take too long in the future. And then obviously monks can get Banfu, who's the cub of Banlu, which is the mount that I cannot wait to get.
Now, yeah, that's a cute one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's
Um,
adorable.
Yeah, although I'm not looking forward to grinding to Exalted on my monk after grinding to Exalted on my hunter for his.
Yeah, but if you
class
take it
mount,
slowly,
so-
like if you don't try and rush it, And
No,
just
I'm
keep
not
up with
going
your
to.
artifact research. You like you said, it will happen a lot faster when your artifact research is higher. So
Yeah.
you'll get it in no time.
Yep. Now, Cinder, you found a bunch of really useful links to do with the Pet Battle Dungeon.
Technically, they're Simris. So, obviously, there's a Wowhead guide to the Pet Battle Dungeon on Wowhead, and Simri has a video run through of the whole thing and a blog post as well with pictures of all the little bosses and stuff, which was really, really cute. So all of those links and stuff will be in the show notes for anyone who's curious. But yeah, we just thought we'd run through the Pet Battle Dungeon with an expert to give us some words of wisdom and advice for people who are just like, oh my god, I'm too scared. But like, I did
Yes.
it today, and it was great.
That was just your first time in today?
Yeah.
So did you do the challenge? Did the challenge as well, right?
I did, yeah. So I did it. I did it twice. But because I knew that I had to do the challenge mode with not healing up, I made sure to see if I could do that in the normal run through, and just built my teams so that I could test them then in the challenge mode, and it all worked fine. So yeah, it was good. Rematch is like really, really, really helpful for this situation.
Yep. So, are there any requirements to actually get access to the dungeon itself?
Well, Muffin has said that you would just need to be max level and have one max level pet, but if you want to do the challenge mode, you need 15. It's basically the same requirement that you needed for the Celestial Tournament. So 15 max level pets, which should be, most people should be able to do that anyway.
I'd read somewhere a really great piece of advice. If you're not having a shoulder enchant for anything else, get the Boon of the Zookeeper, which you can pick up in the pet store in New Dalaran, and put that on, and you can get little pet supplies, and they can have pet charms in them. Like, I'm almost 2,000 pet charms right now because I'm just passively getting so many of them all the time. So you can get those pet charms and then buy the battle stones to instantly raise pets to 25, and you can get that requirement done really quickly.
Yeah.
So, what's the location of this dungeon?
It's basically in Wailing Caverns. So for Horde, what I normally do is just take a portal to Org and then just fly to the caverns. It's pretty quick. But I think for Alliance, you guys take a portal to Ratchet, is it? Or a teleport or something? And then you can just fly there as well.
Once you've done it, though, you can get a direct portal there from Manapoof. Or Manapoof.
Yeah, which is the little NPC. It's like a white berry standing right next to Brianni in the pet store. So that's really handy. Definitely been using that in previous weeks.
Now, is there any specific reason to do it more than once?
Well, you like pets, yes. There are 4 pets you can get, or is it 5? Well, there's one that you get with the achievement. So when you've completed the challenge mode, you get Son of Scum, which is actually one of the bosses in there. And there's a chance to get several of the pets inside the pet bag once you do the challenge each week. So I actually lucked out and got one of the pets in my very first week, but I haven't actually seen one since then. So hopefully tomorrow when I do it again. Yeah, so it's still 2 pets to collect.
Okay. So can you do it once on... So when you're doing it on normal gets you pet supplies, or is it just doing the challenge mode version?
Doing the normal gives you the ultimate battle stone, so the 25 instant level. But if you do the challenge mode, you get the pet automatically. And then each time you do the challenge, you get like the damp bag of pet supplies, which has a chance to have the 3 pets inside.
Okay.
Can you do the normal one again? Because this is only my first week, so can I go back and do normal next week?
I think when you go there the next time, she only has the option to do the challenge scenario, because you don't really need to do it. The normal.
Oh no, but I mean, if you get a free ultimate leveling stone each time you do it, that'd be cool.
One-off.
Yeah.
But then again, you'll be able to. So is the ultimate battlestone, is that actually able to be bought now, or is that with the little mini
Yeah.
patch coming?
No,
Okay.
it's now. You can buy them now. Yeah, it's pretty cost efficient as well. Like it's
Yeah.
I had to do maths today because I had a pet that I wanted to use for the dungeon that was at like level 16 or 17, and I'm like, is it cheaper to buy the difference in single level up tokens, or do I go for the one that's going to be more but it costs less overall? Yeah, too much counting. But anyway, they're there, and it's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good option for those who are overflowing in those. I actually have stopped doing the pet battles because I don't really need the stones anymore. But I mean, it's like to level a pet these days. You only really need 3 battles and you're done.
Yeah.
I still go back to Draenor to do that circuit because I'm still trying to get that monument. The stupid monument. I have like
Oh,
how many? Like 60 battles to go or something, and then I'll be done. But
Yeah.
I got that by leveling up 2 characters, pet battles in Draenor.
nice.
It did my head in. Like I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. The monument looks cool, but
It does.
yeah, I don't know if I want to do that again.
It's like you turn up in the New Dollar and you see, oh, it's right outside the store now, but it's not
Yeah.
quite the same. It's not like your own, the one that you worked for.
Mm.
So how exactly does it all work? Like, there's a quest involved that you said. So where
Yeah,
does that start?
Yeah, so all you have to do is go into Brianni's pet shop, and whichever faction you're with, you just talk to the NPC, and they will have a quest for you saying that, you know, something weird is happening in the Wailing Caverns. Can you go and investigate? And then once you go there, there's another NPC in the left eye socket of the caverns. So she basically says, yes, you know, some weird stuff is happening. Some beasts have appeared. Go and investigate inside. And that's pretty much how you do it. There are several stages, so you have to kind of amp up through all the battles. They get a little bit harder each time as you progress. But once you've completed it, that's when you can complete the challenge again with no healing or bandaging.
Fair enough. Now, Cinder, do you want to go through some of the fights that you come across in this?
I can. Yes, but Simri, you say what pets you chose for them, because you know you're better at this than me. So the way, because it's kind of like a dungeon, it's got like little what you'd call trash mobs, and then a little boss afterwards, and then trash mobs again, and then a boss afterwards, which I think is kind of cool because you know it's dungeony and stuff. And so you start out, you've got your first little trash mob, and you've got 3 pets to defeat. There's a deviant small claw, a deviant chomper, and a deviant flapper, and all 3 of those pets have 2 adds with them as well. So it's, you know, they're all like low level, like as Simri said, it gets more difficult as you go along. So what did you do for these ones, Simri?
I actually used one team for all 3. So basically I used a pet that was strong for each pet. So for the small claw, I used Little Bling, and then Sentinel's Companion I used for the flying, and then Amber Moth for the aquatic. So what I would do is I would put the mechanical, then the 2 flying in the other 2 slots, and then I'd go battle the little beast, and then I'd switch it up so that the strong pet was in the first slot for the next battle. And the trick here was to just battle it enough that you didn't actually kill any of the pets.
Nice.
So yeah, it was pretty easy.
I managed to solo these with the Terraclaw Hatchling for all 3. It's slower, but it just meant 1 pet, and it healed itself up, which worked out quite well. So we come to our first boss, Son of Scum.
Yeah,
He's awesome, and he's got 2 little adds with him. Tell us about this one, Simri.
Oh well, you can pretty much use, well, at least I did. I used 3 mechanicals since it is just a beast. The 2 adds don't really do much damage, so you can pretty much go with any 3 strong mechanicals. I went with the Draenei Micro Defender, the Iron Starlet, and the Clockwork Gnome.
He hurt me. I didn't die, but he hurt me.
Yeah, he can be pretty tough.
Yeah, I think I got a bit unlucky with some crits because I'm like, ow. Okay, so then we move on to our next trash pack, and again, there's 3 mobs that have 2 ads with each of them, and they're like the serpenty, snaky looking ones. And each one's got like a slightly different ability with it. We've got Fixia, Dreadcoil, and Vilefang. So 3 separate fights. What do you recommend?
Well, for the first 2, I actually shared a team again. So it was Alamabot, Menagerie Custodian, and the Dark Moon Tonk. Actually, 2 of those pets, the last 2 mechs, I actually used in a team further on. So it's important here, just to play it and not let it die. The only thing I will say is if you're doing it for the very first time, that do it as a trial run and try not let any of your pets die, just so it gives you, a little bit of practice when you do it for real the next time. And then for Vilefang, which was the 3rd one, I used Stone Grinder, Curious Woolbar Pup, and the Son of Animus. And I actually like that combo because Stone Grinder has like a bleed effect, and then when you use the Curious Woolbar Pup, it uses something that works with the bleed. And nice. Then the Son of Animus is like pretty powerful on its own, so that's just to like mop everything up, finish it off at the end.
Is the Son of Animus one? He's got like one of his abilities is like some giant blade or something that you can throw. Am I thinking of the right one?
Maybe
not.
I think that might be another one.
Okay.
Otherwise,
don't mind
I
me
use
then.
like different abilities to that one anyway. But he has like a pretty nice heal as well.
Yeah, Alessandra's just saying in chat she likes using pets with a strong self-heal, and I'm the same way. I like, things that can look after themselves.
Yeah. Especially here when it is like a challenge mode.
Absolutely. Okay. I put my cursor in the wrong bit, and there's going to be random little characters in these show notes. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
So the next boss is Hiss, who is also a serpenty thingy from memory and has 2 little ads with him. And this one looks like another mechanical fight.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the team that used the mechanical or Menagerie Custodian and the Dark Moon Tonk, and the Sunblade Micro Defender as my 3rd pet. So it's a pretty simple fight. I do like the mechanicals that have some multi-turn abilities, especially, because that works out really well.
I think on that one I used the Personal World Destroyer from memory, and I think that's the one that's got an ability, something about a tantrum, and he legit throws a tantrum. I loved it. I'm like, dude, it's ridiculous.
The pets that have that ability are really, really good.
Yeah, it's funny as. Okay, so we're on to our last trash pack, and is 2 growing ectoplasms, which were kind of gross. And there was a lot of running at this point. And okay, so there was this one point where there was like this corridor with pulsating mushroom things.
Yeah, which they give you a little spoost, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, except that I thought they were bad, so I avoided them like the plague and managed to get hit by one in my very last bit. And I'm like, oh, I could have been running so much faster. So that's a tip for everyone. Run through the mushrooms. They'll make you run fast.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because I use Rematch, and so my teams automatically load as I'm approaching the next little guy.
Oh, cool.
But the thing with that was, with the ectoplasms, because it's a debuff, it puts you in combat, so I almost had to run off the little cliff just to get out of combat. So, I mean, well, without falling off, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that for the things. I'm really bad at using Rematch properly, and the number of times when I've opened it up to, have my saved team for a particular fight, and I look at my notes, and I've accidentally saved over the notes, and it's got nothing to do with the team that's there. I'm like, oh, you silly girl. So, yeah. Anyway. So the growing ectoplasms, how do we deal with those?
Yeah, I try and share the team with these two as well. Sometimes, one of the first pet will die, but that's okay. You can just switch in, a similar pet for that. So I go with the Fell Flame in the first slot, Emerald Proto-Whelp in the second, and Stormborn Whelpling in the third. And then sometimes if I need to replace, the first pet with something, just go with something that's strong in magic abilities. You can even use the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, which I haven't actually used for any of the other teams.
That's like one of my favorite pets. I use him as often as I can. I just love him.
I actually like using that one for, what is it? Minitron defense system.
Oh,
okay. The one in Stormheim. He's pretty cool for that one.
And then we get to our big boss, Budding Everling Spore, which is a legendary elemental with 2 adds.
So this one, Puddle Terror is actually the real star of this one. He can solo the whole team by himself. So what I generally do, because he has strong aquatic abilities, but he also has a little heal. So if you need like a bit of a breather, you can put the heal on and then dive for a turn, so he gets a little bit of health back. And then in the other 2 slots, if he happens to die, sometimes I get a little bit ambitious. Like the very first time I did it, my Puddle Terror died, but all you have to do is put 2 high health pets in the last few slots. Towards the end of the match, all 3 will be, almost dead. Puddle Terror should be alright, but if you do need a second pet just to finish it off, usually he'll only need 1 move or something. That's why I like using the Dark Moon Rabbit. You just put the little bleed on him and it basically kills him off by himself. And that's pretty much
cool. It. Yeah, that's the whole dungeon. How long does it take?
When I did the recording, it took like 22 minutes, 24 minutes. So it's actually not too bad. That's with all the automated teams and everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, as long as you plan ahead, it shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, I was doing other things at the same time when I was doing the first run through, so that took ages. But yeah, I think the second one took me maybe about 25 minutes, half an hour, because I was still trying to get used to it. But it's good fun. I did, for the last one, I'd read somewhere about using a frog and doing the kissy thing. And so if you get lucky with the kisses, then it pretty much can solo it. And I had really bad luck on the normal run with that. But on the challenge mode of it, he got 2 kisses in, and then so he managed to solo the whole team all on his own. I'm like, that was really cool. But I mean,
I did use a frog once, but then I like the the combo I've been using. Yeah.
I don't have a Dark Moon Rabbit. I want to get me one of them though. I like that there's multiple teams that you can use, so you're not just limited to you must have this pet or you won't be able to get through it. Like with the Celestial tournament, I felt that there were a couple of fights where you were really limited with what was going to help you get through some of those last fights. So this seems a little bit more friendly for people who are just starting out.
But then if you do the Celestial tournament now, there are a whole lot more pets that we had back then. So even so, it's a lot easier.
That is true.
With the challenge version, does it stop you from healing and reviving?
Yeah.
Completely?
Yeah.
So you can't accidentally do it and
No,
break
you'd have
the
to
challenge?
leave and then start from the beginning.
Okay, so the first time you run through, you can heal and revive and all that, but then it just straight out doesn't let you use the healing items or anything. No.
Yeah, as soon as you go in for the challenge modes, just make sure you heal beforehand and you should be okay. But the thing is, even if one of your pets does die, you can pretty easily just swap in something that's very similar, whether it has the same abilities or something that's strong against whatever you're fighting. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Now, the big question is there a quick way out?
Yeah, I asked this because it took me way too long.
Well, okay. So you know the little shadowy guy that kind of flies off into the sunset?
Yeah.
Well, just follow where he is. If you look down, you'll see like a mid-level. So basically just jump down onto that, otherwise you'll die. And then from the mid-level, jump down to the bottom level, and that's where the NPC is standing.
So I didn't have that on my normal run. She wasn't there. That was because I'd read that and I'm like, how do I get out of here? This is ridiculous. And there was no one there. But
she's actually phased until you're close to her. So if you look at the question mark on your mini map, you should, just aim
I
for
didn't have
that
a question
direction.
mark for the normal one either. I didn't have the normal one was really weird. It seemed to bug out because it definitely was there for the challenge one. I'm like, why wasn't that there last time? But it's a scenario, so you can just do leave scenario as well, which took me a little bit too long to realize. And that ports you out and takes you back to the chickie to talk to as well. So
yeah. I actually didn't see the little scenario button when I'm doing it with my UI, so maybe it's a bug at the moment.
Yeah, I just right click on my character name and saw it from there. Sorry, my phone alarm going off. Do you have any other special tips for people to help them get through this? Or is it pretty much just give it a go?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, just if you're doing it for the first time, do it as a trial run and try not to let any of your pets die, so you're better prepared when you do the real thing.
And we'll put a link to your video run through and your blog post as well, because that helps to show what pets you've used and stuff, and also what abilities the other guys have. And I will also find that awesome little chart that says what pet types are good against other pet types, so that you can help build your own teams if you'd rather start from scratch for yourself.
Yeah, I think all up I used to be 17 or 19 pets, so
yeah,
most people should have something suitable to use.
Awesome. Spaz, do you want to stop me from talking?
Well, we did have a question.
Yes.
From Alessandra, who asked, do you ever get tired of the same, in quotes, best pets? And, do you make teams with pets that you just like because they have a cool animation of an ability or just a cool general?
Yes and yes. But I try and use as many pets in my collection as I can, but I don't want to use, really difficult pets like, some BlizzCon pets. I try and use more generalized pets that most people will have, but sometimes I just get like an itch that I want to use some of my favorites. For example, the Crawling Claw, which I know quite a few people still don't have, but he's just one of my favorites, and he's really effective in some battles. I actually use him in one of the Illidari Masters. I think it's one of the 2-pet teams. So yeah, I do try and mix it up a bit.
I have that. Because I have a soft spot for some pets as well. So the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, hands down, is one of my favorites, and I'll just use him whenever I can. But also the Celestial Dragon, I think it is. I called mine Sparky. He was one of the first ones that I'd leveled up, and I hadn't used him for ages, and I ended up dragging him into the dungeon today, actually, for one of the ectoplasm fights, and just for funsies. And I'm like, I miss this little guy. He was a staple in everything. He had his little heal and like a magical looking thing and a fire thing, and I'm like, I'm sure he's quite useless for many people, but I just loved him. Real soft spot for him. I feel bad for people or for situations that seem like you have to have a particular pet to be able to get through it.
Or a particular combo.
Yeah, like the whole Howl Bomb thing and everything was... it's kind of good that they fixed that so that it's not required for absolutely everything.
I remember back in the Celestial tournament, that was the first real a strategy that worked for, who was it? The flying one, the flying Celestial
Chiji?
sun. Yeah.
Is it
Oh
the Chiji
no.
one?
Oh yeah. That was the one I used for that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's interesting how a lot of stuff it is good that they removed it because too many people were relying on that, and it makes it very monotonous and boring otherwise.
Yeah, I found that with the Tanan pet battles, that I could have the same team for pretty much all of them. It was a Pandaren Water Spirit and Creminius and an Emerald Whelp of some sort, and that got me through pretty much all of them. I like the variety.
Oh, definitely. Especially when you collect, what is it, 700 and something. You want to be able to see them in action, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
Yep, I completely agree. Because I hate that thing, like, because I don't have all of mine up to rare or 25 or anything yet. Like, I've got a lot up there, but not all of them. And so I'll mail all of the stones that I get from the pet supplies to one of my alts. And every now and again, when she gets too many of them in her bags, I'm like, right, I'm going to sit here for half an hour and make a whole bunch of them rare and level up a few of them and stuff. And every single time, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this pet. Oh yeah, I forgot about this pet. I don't know.
Oh, there is one thing I want to mention with rematch. Some people, like if they downvote my strategy and they don't leave a reason, I'm left wondering if is it because they used a different breed or it was, there's crit and, this person's didn't crit or something like that. The one thing about rematch is even if you do copy the string that's in the strategy, it doesn't actually copy the breed. So if you have like 3 pets of a particular, like a bone serpent, for example, if a bone serpent has 3 breeds, it won't necessarily put in the one that I used, which is why if there is a certain pet with several breeds, I do put it in the strategy. So you have to double check whether you're actually allocating the right pet for whatever team it is. That's the only thing. Gallo said that it is in the works. You will be able to do that later on. It's just not happening yet.
Okay, see, because I kind of, like, I knew that it was there, that ability to import things, but I hadn't really done anything with it. But that's really good to know if I actually do get around to doing that. Because, yeah, I mean, like, hands down, rematch is fantastic for getting through this. So if you are looking at doing this for the first time, grab rematch. It will help you.
Oh, the other thing, there are several breed add-ons out there. I only used the one, which is Pet Battle Breeds ID, I think it's called. There are several other ones that are integrated into other ones. I think like Pet Journal has their own version, but there's no guarantee that they all have the same breeds for the same pets, especially when you're talking about new pets that they've introduced. So if one add-on says it's a HS and then another add-on says it's a PS or something, then even if I say in my strategy I use an HS, they might be using the wrong breed if it's a different add-on. So that's the only other thing to keep in mind, which is why I only use those 2 add-ons.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well, that's awesome. I hope that people give it a go, and if people do have a shot at this, please let us know how you go, because
Definitely.
we want everyone to have a crack at it. And yeah, it's awesome fun. It really is.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing the new ones.
Yeah, me too.
Now, do they have a release schedule for the Pet Battle Dungeons? Is it sort of one per patch, or is there like a timeline or anything? Or
Not
is
that
it
I
just
know of.
no idea?
Initially, I thought that it seemed soon that they were already introducing another one, but if it's just an idea and, it will take time to, do the little battles and plan all that, then it is nice to know a little bit in advance. But people kind of steamroll their way through this one, and once you've done it once or twice, people may not go back again unless you actually do want to collect the pets.
Yeah.
I do. I didn't get any of them.
What
Sorry.
would you say is what would you reckon is the preferred time frame? Like, how often would you want them to release a new pet battle dungeon? Like every 6 weeks, so you have 6 attempts to get 3 pets, or like what do you think would be the optimal number of weeks?
Oh, it depends on how often they bring out the patches. If it's a big patch, I wouldn't expect one in this little mini one that's coming. But like in terms for our point of view, more frequent would be better, but I don't see them doing it that frequently from their side if it's only maybe one person doing it all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's gonna go away. Is it? Like, if a new one comes along, they're not gonna make this one go away, are
No, I wouldn't think so.
they? Yeah. So I mean, I guess there's nothing terribly bad about it if they did decide to put another one in sooner rather than later. But I mean, having said that, 7.2.5 probably isn't coming out until about October, November anyway, which is what 6 months from now. So it could be a reasonable amount of time.
Well, that's the other thing. If they do it that frequently, then there are only so many dungeons you can do, right? Before
that's
you
true
run
too.
out. So you don't want to do it too fast.
Yeah, that's fair. So that's, as Cinder said, that's pretty much everything in regards to the pet battle dungeons. We do have some emails this week, and hopefully next week we have some emails from some people who tried the pet battle dungeons. Our first email comes from Izomal, who is actually the creator of the Hidden Artifact Tracker add-on that I spoke about in a previous episode. And he says, just heard your podcast on the 21st of the 3rd. Flattered that you enjoyed my add-on so much. Thanks for the little promotion. The reason that you've got your PvP unlock is because Blizzard bugged that one somewhat. So deaths in Raid count as PvP. Every time you wipe, you get a little closer to the color. So, apparently, dying in Raid gets you closer to the PvP.
That certainly explains why I got it so damn quickly.
the hidden PvP, the hidden color variation.
Yeah.
No. The color variation of the hidden artifact that requires PvP kills.
Yeah, essentially killing myself is worth it. And why
Clearly I'm not dying enough.
You need to just get into some more LFRs and just, you hope for a bad one, maybe?
Just take all your gear off and go into LFR.
I don't know. That's really cool. Thank you very much. I don't know how to say your name, and I apologize for that. Zyamel, perhaps? Zyamel. Thank you for listening, for starters, and secondly, thank you for your awesome add-on, because it was really helpful for me as well. It's great, and thanks for the clarification, because I really had no idea how it happened. So that's really cool. Get out there and wipe a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll cost less gold-wise than PvP. Now, our next email comes from Anne, who says, "Hello, Reins. 2 mounts this week. I finally had time to get the Riddler's Mindworm, and I bought the Champion's Treadbleed, which I still need to buy. I think I've got more than enough gold to get that now, but I should buy that soon. The Chopper is nice, but the Worm scares me, so I don't think I'll be using that one a lot. I also got some achievements. To all the squirrels loved before, to all the squirrels who shared my life, to all the squirrels who cared for me, and to all the squirrels I once caressed." Now, she says, pro tip, you can do this by /love your battle pets, which will save you a lot of time. I realized this after spending hours working on the first 3 and then got the 4th one in less than a minute. Oops. Thanks for the podcast.
Is awesome.
I didn't know that squirrels in relation to that achievement were also battle pets. So...
That's awesome. And thank you. That's really freaking awesome. I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow.
Yeah. Or find someone that you know who has a very large pet collection and be like, can you put out this one? Okay. And now this one. And now this one. And now this one. If you aren't a pet collector. So
that is very cool.
Makes sense.
I'm sure there are some that are very difficult to find in the first place. So
Yeah, I guess I figured for those ones that you had to be in the zone that they were at. So that's why I kind of thought, that's one that I'll get to one day.
Yeah, I believe I've tried to do that, like go through and do a couple of those achievements, like doing like patting the critters and stuff like that. But I don't believe I've actually finished any of them because I just couldn't find some of them. Cinder, would you like to read some tweets that we have?
Some tweets. Mr. T Virus has 2 tweets for us. First one, Happy Noble Garden, number 258, the Swift Spring Strider. Congratulations. And again, mount number 259, the Long Forgotten Hippogriff. Thank you, Insomnia. And then a kind of sad happiness emoji.
Yes,
so
I have seen... Over the last week, I've seen at least 4 people get that mount in guild.
Thor got it as well. Same situation as me, where he was going to his unit after raid on Saturday night, and in exactly the same spot that the first one was for me. He's like, oh, there's a crystal! And I'm like, right, we're going to go get this for you. And we did it in like 15 minutes. It was amazing. Just the two of us flying around. Well, with flying, it's so much faster.
Yes, with flying,
really
I think I'll try for it one afternoon.
Dude.
Or at least keep my eyes on it.
So you used an add-on or something initially to find them all?
There is one with the Handy Notes add-on. There's like a little extension for the ephemeral crystals. But the last one that we found actually wasn't marked with that add-on. So it's still worth keeping your eyes open. I set my view distance at maximum range because that really helped make them stand out as well, because my UI settings are really low and crap now. But having the distance on helps them stand out. And just kind of flew around to where they were marked on the map with the add-on, and there they were.
Cool.
It was very cool.
Excellent.
So yes, everyone give it a go. Yeah, Felicie's saying in chat that there's a Wowhead page that has a lot of TomTom waypoints as well, which can be really helpful too. So do check it out. So congratulations, Mr. T-Virus. Anne sent us a text saying, love and many thanks to Reins of Azeroth for introducing me to you and your art. And that is in reference to Sirius's amazing artwork that Anne commissioned from her. It is very gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. So, hey, you are totally welcome, Anne. We are so happy that we were able to share the Sirius love with you. And our last tweet is from Fleecy, who today tweeted at us, what a great way to start a public holiday, because he got the Fiery Warhorse.
Oh, yes. Cool.
Congratulations, Fleecy. That is awesome. Give to Cinder, please. Thank you. But really, congrats. That's awesome. And speaking of Fleecy...
Yes, he will be our guest next week.
Yay!
Because if you're a friend of the show and you want to come on, more than welcome to. Freely.
Of course.
If you have something to talk about, send us an email, a tweet, anything, and we will try our best to organize an episode for you to come on. Now, last thing before we do the get in touch spiel, a small announcement. BlizzCon is coming, and every BlizzCon, everyone wants a BlizzCon badge. If you want a custom badge or lanyard for BlizzCon, or any other convention really, you can find our resident artist, Sirius, and a whole bunch of other artists as well, at badge-rs.com, because this year they're all calling themselves Biz.
Badges?
Yes, last year they were badge babes, this year they're badges.
Not like little
that's good.
Animal badges, but badges.
Oh, no, they have the picture of badges on the actual website.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yes. There are many, many, many people on this site. Sirius is there. I believe Roxy is, as well as one of Sirius's favorite, Falling Stardusk. And
she's lovely.
Yes, so there's a whole bunch of people on there. And so if you want the lovely art that you see of our guest as one of your tunes, go in there, find Zuralin's picture with Sirius's name under it, and you can order something from her. Now, obviously, if you're outside of Australia, prices are in Australian as well as US dollars, so you can see both those options. So yeah, and now obviously with all these badges, it's all first come first serve. So the people that get a lot of orders will fill up. So get in quick if you want Sirius to do one of your badges. But yeah, other than that, Simri, can you let our listeners know where they can find you? Again.
Probably the best place is on Twitter, which is Simri. There's also a blog, which is bubblesofmischief.com, and on YouTube, which is the custom link with just Simri Jones.
Bubbles of Mischief is like one of my favourite blog names, by the way. It is just adorable. I love it so much.
Cool.
We'll put all of the links and stuff in the show notes as well for people to help.
It's definitely one you won't forget.
Exactly. I think that's why I like it.
Yes. Oh, actually, Simri, have you been participating in the Z and Cinder blog challenge? I don't believe I follow your blog too closely.
I can't remember which one was it. Oh, the NPC one, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Excellent.
my blogging has really gone downhill this year.
That sucks, but yeah, well, that's all the places they can find you. Now, for those of you listening, if you want to come along live, if that's possible, depending on time zones and whatever else, we record day nights on Twitch around 8:30 p.m. Australian time. Most people think of it as the time when I can't play WoW.
Yeah, pretty much. So when the servers go down.
Yes. And it's at twitch.tv/Reins of Azeroth. And no, we're not going to steal our maintenance slogan.
Oh, no, we're not. I'm
because...
like, shush, I won't continue that, Red.
Yeah. So, now obviously the show can be found at reinsofAzeroth.com. You're probably listening to us somewhere on maybe Podbean, iTunes, or Stitcher, or you might even be watching the VOD afterwards on YouTube, which the easiest way is just to search for Reins of Azeroth. I believe we are slowly getting subscribers and stuff enough to the point where we may soon have an actual link that's not just a garble of letters and numbers. Now, if you'd like to leave us a review, you can do so on iTunes. You can give us a thumbs up on Stitcher, and those will both help us get to new listeners. Or even if you have guildmates that you just want to tell them, check the show out, that helps too. However you can spread the word on our show would be great. Now, if you have any questions, stories, pictures of anything that happened in game and such, you can get in touch with us. Our email is reinsofAzeroth@gmail.com. The show's Twitter account is at Reins of Azeroth. I am at Cinder_tweets. Oh god.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
I
don't know why I read it like that. Cinder is at Cinder_tweets, and I am at Spurs Wesson. And obviously our wonderful artist, Sirius, is at Super Sirius XIII, because it's 13. And shoot us a tweet if you would like a link to our Discord server. And other than that, we're done this evening.
Thank you so much, Simri, for coming on and helping us with the Pet Battle Dungeon.
Oh, no worries.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on again.
Anytime.
Always good to have guests. So,
especially lovely ones.
Oh,
that's it for the Reins of Azeroth this week. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Later.
And recording's done.
Yay! Yay!
Okay. Sirius, you're free.
It's
Lacey,
me.
you can speak to, if you like.
The teapot.
Yeah.
Poor thing in
At
the
least it's
teapot.
warm in there, I guess.
Yeah, it is getting colder, isn't it?
A little bit.
Good though.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. Sick of sweating like there's no tomorrow.
Yes.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm like, I should
Mhm.
hold that.
Sweating like a sweaty thing.
I was
Yes.
gonna say
And
sweating like a
I
whore in church.
definite-
But
I definitely feel bad for Fleecy having found 4 of 5 of the
Oh no!
crystals.
Then it went away.
and then dying.
Oh no! Oh, that sucks, man.
Yep. But, you know, he can tell us on the show about it next week. Yeah, so definitely thank you for coming on, Simri.
Oh, no worries. I think I'll go have a snack. I'm getting a bit peckish.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's bedtime for me in a minute. This whole going back to work thing is bollocks. What the hell?
Yes.
Mm.
After having 2 4-day weekends, I'm just like,
I know.
Oh,
eh.
yes.
I didn't get 2 4 days like I was.
I'm looking forward to next week because I get a week holiday.
Oh, give. I was in at work on Monday, and it was kind of okay because I'm like, hey, this kind of feels like a Friday because I know that there's a day off the next day. But in the same way that there's kind of 2 Fridays this week, there's also 2 Mondays because tomorrow feels like a Monday again, and Monday felt like a Monday, and
Yeah. It's actually Wednesday tomorrow, so don't worry about that.
yes, that's true.
But it's
That is
not.
true.
That's not Friday, so it's not good enough. It needs to be Friday, and but like
Well,
that, I mean the end of Friday,
we-
not like
We
Friday
do saber
morning.
Yeah.
training on Wednesday, so quit your bitching and make sure you
Oh, that
get,
sounds fun.
get there on time.
Then I'm gonna be even more dead for the next day of work. I'm glad today was a public holiday because yesterday sucked. I hate doing push-ups.
Oh.
And then we got
Then
D&D
see
on
we're
Thursday.
we're outside in the night, being lightsabers,
dude.
doing exercise.
It's-
It's good fun, but
It is cold
tough.
in the evenings, and it's great.
I like it cold.
Yeah, as cold as it gets when we're out there, it's great.
Like my heart.
Oh, if I had a heart, it'd be frozen.
Yeah. We have D&D on Thursday, don't we?
I believe so.
Because I was in
Hopefully I
Melbourne
don't die
last
again.
week. Oh, God. Yeah, I died last... Oh, no. I was in Melbourne,
I
you died.
died. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was terrible.
Okay, I'll catch you guys online. See you on Twitter.
See you,
No
Simri.
worries.
Thanks
We will
again.
talk to you
Good
online,
night.
and we'll see everybody on the stream next week.
I love you.
Bye.